Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for another positive spin. This week we're going to be talking about probably the most hated Adam Sandler movie. The ones that I've heard the most crap about, I guess, is That's My Boy, Grown Ups 2, and the worst one, probably Jack and Jill. Now, my history with this film and the reason why we're doing it a comedy on or around Thanksgiving is because this movie takes place around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. When I originally saw this film, I watched it with my wife, and I think we got up to the part where they were sitting around the Thanksgiving table, and we turned it off from there, said it was stupid, and just kind of never revisited it. Because that's all I remember seeing, and I remember us saying it was dumb, so on and so forth. And I don't remember finishing it because I don't remember seeing any of the other parts of it. Well, when I heard that we were going to be doing this, I couldn't find it anywhere, and Joe actually picked it up for me from a thrift store up by him. Well, wouldn't you know it, and I should have saved the picture. 3 days after I got his package, one of my local thrift stores that I go to usually once a week, of course, had a copy there. Yeah. But we wanted to get this done because, of course, Thanksgiving is rapidly approaching. And here we go. Let's put a positive spin on Jack and Jill. I like the beginning and the end. I like the way they did the segments with the twins. It kind of reminded me of When Harry Met Sally a little bit because it showed twins talking about what the other twin is to each other. Even if it wasn't exactly nice, I thought it was fun, and in many cases it was pretty funny. So that started it off pretty good for me. I don't remember seeing that when I watched it originally. Now, Jill, of course, played by Adam Sandler, he plays both parts, and I think he does a fantastic job. Like I said, the Thanksgiving scene is in the beginning of the film, and I really don't think I gave the film a chance. So I'm kind of glad we're doing this because I was able to give this film another chance. And while it's not my favorite Adam Sandler movie, probably not even in the top 10, I do like it. It's actually a kind of a fun movie. It's silly, but it's fun. I thought he did really well playing both sides of the coin. Of course, he's great playing himself and or playing a guy, and then playing his sister. I thought he did a really good job. The bird Poopsie, this was Jill's bird, cracked me up constantly with the "Where were you?" Saying that kind of stuff. I thought it was hysterical. And of course, it even made my wife laugh when the bird was putting himself in the chocolate fountain. I thought that was kind of cute. His son taping things to himself had me dying, especially when he taped the salt shaker to his head. I thought that was hysterical. And of course, he taped Poopsie to himself, towards the middle of the film. Al Pacino is hysterical in this, and it's funny because he plays himself, and I don't know. It's just this is a really it's a silly movie. Okay, I mean it's not gonna win any Academy Awards, but I don't know. It was fun, definitely fun. Not as vulgar as some of his other films, which definitely does not bother me, but it was kind of a nice change seeing something a little bit more lighthearted from Adam Sandler. I haven't seen that for a while. Usually his stuff is a little bit more risque. Katie Holmes is fun in this. So is Shaq. There is a ton of cool cameos in this movie. Um, Too many to name. I was completely blown away. And even with all the star power and all the cameos, he still found time to put all of his friends who have been, I'm sure, his friends for years in these films because they're in every film he does, pretty much in one way, shape, or form. Now, granted, they had a very small part in this, but they were still in the movie. So when you're watching the film, you get that Adam Sandler sort of vibe from it because all those people are in it. Now, of course, one of the guys plays his like an assistant where he works because he does commercials. And that, of course, is the guy who usually plays his sidekick in movies like Just Go With It. He was his sidekick in that one. And I'm trying to think, Chuck, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry? Nah, he wasn't a sidekick in that one. But he's been a sidekick before. And the rest of the guys, of course, had small parts. But at least they're in the film. And they do mention Rob Schneider, although I didn't see him in the film, but it wouldn't surprise me if I just didn't recognize him. All in all, this is going to be pretty short, but all in all, this is actually a fun movie, and I'll probably revisit it from time to time, especially around the Thanksgiving season, because it has that fun holiday vibe to it. This film actually has heart as well. It's not just pointless silliness, because it's about, of course, fraternal twins and how they've kind of grown apart. And, the heart, of course, is finding a way for them to, you know, love each other. Not that they didn't, but, this is actually a funny film. it's I'm actually sorry I didn't give it a chance back then because I'm usually pretty. I let things go with Adam Sandler films because I like him. I've always liked him. I can honestly say, and this may come up as a positive spin, the only movie that I did not like that he did was Grown Ups 2. I absolutely love the first one, and the second one was just so disappointing to me. I think we might do it eventually because it didn't do well, of course. It was, well, not that it didn't do well, but it didn't get good marks or whatever. And I'll definitely give it another try, but I just remember not liking it at all. And I think that might be the only Adam Sandler movie I don't really care for. But yeah, this has been my positive spin on Jack and Jill. What do you think? Definitely check out Joe's positive spin on this movie because he's always liked this film. Me, I had to remove the stick out of my ass in order to like this one. So I'm glad I finally did. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.